Maar nu is het tijd voor show, want daar zijn jullie voor een groot stuk ook voor gekomen. We hebben een fenomenale opener voor jullie. Onze eerste gast staat voor de eerste keer in België op podium, komt helemaal uit New York overgevlogen en heeft meer dan 25 jaar ervaring op 3 continenten. Hij was jarenlang bij Tony & Guy als een van de leidende figuren in Londen en daar werd hij ook bekroond als Hairdresser of the Year in 2011. Hij is ook lid van het gerenommeerde Australian Fame Team en sinds vorig jaar is hij International Guest Artistic Director voor Joico. Op de Fashion Week werkt hij met fenomenaal met de beste modehuizen samen en zijn creativiteit, enthousiasme, maar vooral zijn charisma, denk ik, gaan jullie dadelijk bekoren.
Donc comme David disait maintenant, laissons la place au show. Et donc notre premier invité est pour la première fois sur scène ici en Belgique. Il vient tout droit de New York. C'est Richard Mannah. Il compte pas moins de 25 ans d'expérience acquise sur 3 continents. Il a commencé sa carrière chez Tony & Guy et il est considéré comme l'un des plus grands spécialistes de la coiffure sur cheveux longs. Richard a été élu London Hairdresser of the Year 2011 et 2012, mais il est également membre de la célèbre Australian Fame Team. L'année dernière, il a signé un contrat en tant qu'International Guest Artistic Director chez Joico et lors des Fashion Week, il travaille avec les plus grandes maisons. Sa créativité, son enthousiasme et son charisme naturel vous séduiront, j'en suis certaine.
Mogen wij alsjeblieft een daverend applaus voor Richard
bien
Mannah. Tot zo.
I call it housework, cause it's light work. What you gonna do? I'ma throw shapes, feeling the bass till my feet hurt. I call it housework, cause it's light work. What you gonna do? But I'ma throw shade if I don't get paid for this housework. I call it housework, cause it's light work. What you gonna do? I'ma throw shapes, feeling the bass till my feet hurt. I call it housework, cause it's light work. What you gonna do?
Good evening, everybody. How are we doing? You can do a little bit better. How are we doing, Belgium? Much better, much better. Well, it's fantastic to be here. I'm so excited to be able to share with you some education, some inspiration, and some motivation. As hairdressers, it's very, very essential for us to stay inspired so that we can inspire other people. Can we have the music slightly down, my friend in the back? Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Okay, so what we wanted to do is we wanted to show you guys a little bit of the cutting and coloring segment, and then I'm going to also do a demonstration for you. Is that music too loud? I think so, no? Can we have the music lower? Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Much better. Okay, so I wanted to share a little bit of education. My background, guys, can I have the music lower? Lower, please. Perfect. You know what? Is that better? You've come from a long way. I want to give you as much respect as possible. Okay, so with this element, I wanted to show you two facets. My background is doing a lot of cutting and styling and also Fashion Week and editorial. So I wanted to showcase a little bit of everything with the short amount of time that we have together. So with the first segment, I wanted to work two haircuts, something that's a little bit more classic and beautiful, and something that's a little bit more of a mullet, or as we say, mullet. My background is I'm from Australia originally, from Sydney. Then I moved to London. I was in London for 11 years, worked with Tony and Guy, and traveled the world doing shows and seminars. I can hear some love over there. And then also now I've been in New York for 8 years. And why am I saying that? It's, I think, very important as hairdressers, as human beings, to travel. Because when you go to different cities all over the world, you catch the energy, you catch the vibe, and I think a lot of that can influence us as hairdressers creatively. When you walk in the streets of New York or when you walk in the streets of London, you're constantly bombarded with pictures, images, pictures everywhere. And it educates you on what's in fashion. And more importantly, it educates our clients with what's in fashion. So for us as hairdressers, it's very important to stay up to date with the trends, with the fashion, with the technology so that we can stay fresh and new, but also keep our clients up to date with the ever-changing demands of fashion. Do you agree? Yes. I need a breath. Okay, so come forward, my Bob. Andrea. Okay, so with Andrea, firstly, I want to say thank you to Eileen from Joico for doing the colors. Can we give her a big hand? I'm sure she's over there somewhere. Okay, so with this, it's really just about a classic bob. We're seeing all these celebrities and a lot of the fashion, influencers wear the bobs again. In fact, Selena Gomez just posted a beautiful bob. Who saw that picture on Instagram? So the bob has been around for thousands of years, from the days of the Egyptians. It's how short you take it, how long you leave it that makes it look newer and fresher. So with this, is that Pascal there? No, it is Pascal van Loonhout. How are you, man? Pascal van Loonhout from Belgium is an incredible person and an incredible hairdresser. And make some love for Pascal. So with this shape, we just worked something very, very simple, a classic bob. We built the products into it just to give it that beautiful texture, almost like it's synthetic. And around the front, fringes are very important. How short you take them, how long you leave them, how square. I think the more square you leave it, the more futuristic it looks. So it gives it that element of futurism. With the color, it's really, I'll be honest with you, she came in with a regrowth. I said, I like that. Let's work with the regrowth rather than having to color everything perfect. Sometimes less is more. Don't you think the color looks good on her? Let's give her a big hand. Thank you. So there was this Tom Ford fashion show a couple of years ago, and they wore all these wigs, and it was very mullet inspired. I know mullet is a scary word because straight away you think of the 80s. So I say mullet. Sounds more bougie. But anyway, with this particular texture, I cut it a lot shorter internally, and really we worked pivoting all the way around. And then with the fringe, we just disconnected the front and left the rest of it. When I came to style it today, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was going to blow dry it straight. I was going to put the waves. But then I just let the hair dry naturally. And I looked at it, I thought, that looks really cool. So I worked with the natural movement, and then with the straightening irons, up, down, a little bit through the front, and then move the hair into an S and tap it so it gives you a little bit more of an S band around there. So it's not just about the haircut, it's not just about the color, it's also about the finish. If you want to create something different, you've got to do something different, okay? Because sometimes we do the same thing over and over and over again, and we get bored, but most importantly, our clients get bored. I've had clients come to me from other hair salons saying, I'm coming to you because my old hairdresser didn't want to try anything different. I never want to lose any of my clients because I did the same thing over and over and over again. So I'm going to encourage you, step out of the comfort zone, try a new technique, try a different way of styling just to create something younger and fresher. Do you guys like it? Yes. Do you guys like it? Yes. Thank you. Okay. So at this stage, I'm going to let the models walk off, and then we're going to do some hair on stage. So, merci beaucoup. Thank you.
What you gonna do? I call it housework, 'cause it's light work.
Can we have the volume up? Volume up,
Feeling the
please.
bass till my feet hurt. I call it housework, 'cause it's light work. What you gonna do? But I'ma throw shade if I don't get paid for this housework.
Thank you.
I call
Okay.
it housework.
All right, let's get the model on stage. Can we,
I'ma
please?
throw shapes, feeling the bass till my feet
As
hurt.
they bring the model on
I call it
stage.
housework, 'cause it's light work.
Thank you. Okay, so as we bring the model on stage, I want to do some editorial hair. You know, my background, thank you. My background is working with a lot of the trends. Thank you. Is that for me or for my model? For me? Oh, for Valerie. Give it up for Valerie. Woo! Okay. All right. So, I'm working with a gorgeous model from Russia, and I'm working also. Thank you. I'm also working, because I don't want to yell. I'm also working with a designer. Once I take the gown off, you're going to see what she's wearing. I'm working with a New York-based designer. His name is Daniel Silverstein. And so I wanted to bring that fashion element to this segment that we have, because we only have like 10 more minutes left. So with my model, what we did is we pre-braided the hair. Really tight braids, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 braids, nice and clean. We used wax, not gel, wax, and we then worked that through so it gives you a very clean braid, as you can see in that camera there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I did this in Sweden a month ago, and it was really, really cool because I had a lot of people DMing me on Instagram and saying, you know, how did you do that? How did you make the hair stick up? So I thought it'd be a good idea to do it for you as a demonstration. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to have Valerie hold the hair up for me. Is the camera going to, do you want to come on stage or you're okay there? Yeah, let's make you work a little bit. Let's give the cameraman a big hand, shall we? Thank you. All right, so we've pre-put the elastic. This is elastic you can buy. You can buy them in different colors. You got gold, you got silver. I've got silver because we're working with silver, and you'll see what I mean when we take all the clothes off. So not the clothes off, the gown off. It's not that kind of show. You haven't paid enough. I'm kidding. Okay, hold that up like that. All right, so what we're going to do, we got the elastic. We're going to crisscross the elastic. Let me just grab that to be comfortable. Okay, so we're going to crisscross the elastic. Hold that up higher. There we go. And with the elastic, this is going to allow the hair to sit a lot higher. And it gives it a really, really cool effect. You got it? Yeah. So all you're doing is you're crisscrossing the elastic over the hair. Something simple, but very, very effective. And you'll see how it gives it a really cool anti-gravity style. Yep, you got it? And that's all we're doing. We're crisscrossing. Now you're looking at this thinking, Richard, this is so simple. It is simple, but to think of it is actually a challenge. When you see it, you can easily do it, but to create looks is very time-consuming and takes a lot of energy. You know, I don't like to copy people and do something I've seen on Instagram. I like to create, not copy. And that's my challenge, you know, for hairdressers. Sometimes I think too many of us can copy exactly what's been seen rather than create something new and fresh. And it takes time, it takes energy, and it takes practice as well. Put your finger there. So once we've got the elastic in like this, we do 2 knots. Let go. Let go. And then you can put a little pin in here. So already it's sticking up nice and high. Look down for me. We're going to put a little pin just in the very back. And as she takes the gown off, you'll start to see how effective this can be. Especially when you're doing like a fashion show. When you have like 40 models with the same kind of style like this, it can be very, very effective. And then what we can do is we can pull bits out like this just to give it that little bit of texture. Okay, scissors. So it creates an hold that up for me like that, an anti-head shape. Okay, so let go. Can you see how that sticks out? We're not finished. What we're going to do now is put some jewelry in the hair, which makes it pop. I think what we're seeing with a lot of the celebrities, hair accessories are very much on trend, but it's about making it look tasteful. So what we have is we have Tiffany's diamonds, worth $3. Tiffany's my cousin, I'm kidding. All right, so this is now got glue or double-sided tape on it. And all we're going to do is literally just put that in line with the braids. And that is as simple as it gets. Can I have the scissors? If it's too long, you just cut a little bit off. Cool, you can take that off. Got it? Okay, and we do it one by one like this. So simple, but very, very effective. It's very important, as hairdressers, that we share our knowledge with others. I'm very thoughtful of the next generation. Let me just have your attention for a second. In America, I'm not sure how it is in Europe, but a lot of people in America are now renting their booth within the salon. So as I grew up, and I'm sure a lot of you grew up as hairdressers, we were assistants in the hairdressing salon. But things are changing, and people are now renting their station within the salon. And one thing I'm really concerned about that I would love to share with you, encourage you, and even challenge you, is with assistants. Because if we don't have assistants in our salons, we don't have a future of hairdressers. And it's important that we share everything with the next generation, because the hairdressing industry is the most vibrant, colorful, creative, energetic, and fun industry to be a part of. Yes or no? Okay, so I want to say this. It's important for everybody in this room to have 3 levels of relationships. Thank you. 3 levels of relationships. Number 1, people that you look up to and that inspire you. Number 2, people that you work with and that you learn from. And number 3, people that you influence and that you share with. Do not forget this part of our hairdressing industry, because that's the part, that's the future of our whole industry. Do you agree? I think so. Okay, so I'm going to continue working, simply adding these beautiful diamantes. This is the 3rd one, so we're just putting it into the braid. If we find it too long, we can always pull it up. There we are. Do you like this, guys? Are you liking what you're seeing? You guys talk a lot when you eat, don't you? So as you can see, we're working the diamonds all the way through the top. And as we're finishing it off, you'll see when I take the gown off how incredible it looks. I was in Toronto last week, and I did some holiday hair for some TV. Can you just get that for me? Can you just get the towel comb? I was doing some holiday hair, for a TV program, and one thing that they wanted to really see was a lot of accessories in hair. And it's really interesting how a little bit of accessories can make the hair pop so nicely. So simply sticking that onto the forehead makes it a lot more sparkly all the way through. And my last one's here. As we're doing this, if I could have my next model come up, please. Ashley. Can we give my model a big hand as she's coming up, please? So this is my model that I actually flew in from New York. She's my wife. Let's give her a big hand, shall we? Scissors. Okay. So as you can see, if you can come in the center, please, for me. So with this particular look, working with the higher anti-gravity, working with the silver, and it gives us this really cool finish. And with the sides, we just worked some really clean braiding and some elastic on either side. And I think that gives it a really effective finish. And now you see with the clothes how effective that is. You guys like it? All right, thank you. Get up. Thank you. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, stand up for me. Okay, so this is my finished result. This one I wanted to do it lower, not as high. But when you see the clothes, it really gives you an overall finish. Turn around for me. Okay, so you can see how it kind of works nicely with the, turn around this way, with the outfit. You guys like it? Okay, so you can go off stage as well. Thank you. Okay, so as I finish off, I'll let the girls do a finale and a little walk, but I just want to say thank you very much for having me here, guys. My time is up. It was a short moment. I just wanted to share some of the tips and tricks with you, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Muchos no. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Treat it like a mountain, climb on the top. And me got the big key, and you have it lock the place a earthquake. Girl, I coulda what do that, the party bun down now. What they rock now, when I sundown. Loud like the drums in a bongo. Watch it, that's how you a run go. Make it jump now, sprawl out, all out, on the ground now. Bounce a girl, she no fit. Jiggle up your ass and show off, she no fit. Laugh on a girl, can't dance, she no fit. Back it up on the box and wine and pull off one more time. Bounce a girl, she no fit. Jiggle up your ass and show off, she no fit. Laugh on a girl, can't dance, she no fit. Back it up on the box and wine and pull off. Atty, just a
back it up, drop it, back it up, drop it. Got it set good and she knows that she got it. Back it up, drop it, back it up, drop it. She no really care if you think that she ratchet. Back it up, drop it, back it up, drop it. Catch it, that's all. She a tell me step it, stop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Put it on repeat, don't stop it.
Sit down on the spot, you to make it hot. Treat it like a mountain, climb on the top. And me got the big key, I have it lock the place a earthquake. Girl, I coulda what do that, the party bun down now. What they rock now, when I sundown. Loud like the drums in a bongo. Run down, watch it, that's how you a run go. Make it jump now, sprawl out, all out, pan it rum now. Bounce a girl, she no fit. Jiggle up your ass and show off, she no fit.
Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. I just want to say a special thanks to David from Tribute, because he has really gone all out to put this together, and believe me, it's very challenging to put these kind of events on, and it's very challenging financially as well. So I know he's a big believer of the industry, and let's give him a big thanks for putting this together, can we? Thank you, David. Thank you very much. We'll see you at the after party. Merci beaucoup.
She no really care if you think that she ratchet.
Back it up, drop it, back it up, drop it. Catch it, that's all. She a tell me step it, stop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Put it on repeat, don't stop it.
Sit down on the spot, you to make it hot. Treat it like a mountain, climb on the top. And me got the big key, I have it lock the place a earthquake. Girl, I coulda what do that, the party bun down now. What they rock now, when I sundown. Loud like the drums in a bongo. Run down, watch it, that's how you a run go.